Good afternoon, listeners. My name is Alexis. I'm your host for today, and you're tuned in to WMNF's Live Music Showcase in Tampa. Today, we have the lovely Dean Johanesen.
Hello. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you as well. If you want, would you like to give a little introduction to yourself to those who don't know you?
Sure. Dean Johanesen, artist from Ellenton area, Florida, performing primarily original music inspired by hot club jazz, Western swing, and American roots music too. And I've been in this area for a good bit, play about 3 to 5 nights a week, teach a music program for preschool age kids, and do this for a full-time living. So very happy to be here.
Awesome. Glad to hear it.
Yeah.
And so would you like to start us off on a quick little song?
Absolutely. This one's called Little Yellow Leaf. Take me back to North Carolina, where the rivers run and the butterfly play. Sweet to smell a bit of white mountain flowers. So where I wanna rest come Judgment Day. We'll see that little yellow leaf that's falling. I do believe something over me is calling. What said the ramble still stretching on, singing that train and fire she'll go. Little yellow leaf got me thinking about getting back to my baby. The cotton clouds are catching in the branches. The trees I found a pillow for the bed. Sleepy little town is closing up for dreaming. Counting their blessings and bowing their heads. We'll see that little yellow leaf that's falling. I do believe something over me is calling. What said the ramble steals treasure home, singing that trade fire she'll go. Little yellow leaf got me thinking about getting back to my baby. Road winds through the ashland pines, while I'm waiting for the box or the burn. I get along both the gears to be grinding. They're picking out the timber for your turn. Oh yeah. We'll see that little yellow leaf that's falling. I do believe something over. What said the ramble steals treasure home, singing that trade fire she'll go. Little yellow leaf got me thinking about getting back to my baby. Get back.
You're tuned in to WMNF's Live Music Showcase in Tampa, and that is Dean Johanesen.
Yes.
Johanesen, right?
Yeah.
Hence-
Johanesen. There's like an
Johanesen.
extra, but it's,
Hey, it's your name.
I say it like that as well.
It's your name. I want to make sure to get it right.
Yeah, no, you got it.
Anyways,
Yeah.
So you have a long line of, singing, performing.
Sure, yeah.
How did you start off doing that?
Oh, gosh. Well, my mom was a little bit of a guitar player and a singer when I was little. She used to let me sit on her lap and strum her guitar, and she would change the chords. I had a cousin that was into Kiss and played trumpet in high school, and he used to let me mess around with his trumpet and listen to his records. And the passion for it grew from there. It wasn't until about 12 years old when I got my first guitar, and it kind of sat in the box a little bit. The guitar teachers were trying to teach like old folk tunes that I wasn't aware of at the time, and I wanted to play like Led Zeppelin or something, and that wasn't what I was learning. So I went into high school freshman year, and I saw some upperclassmen playing in a band, and I was like, okay, it started to make more sense, and I started putting more time into playing and trying to get better at it, So yeah, it all stemmed from that.
Oh,
Yeah.
how cool! It's always cool whenever I interview people where it's like, oh, you've been playing since you were like little.
Yeah. Some has even started earlier. I mean, there's a Suzuki class that starts kids at 3 years old in violin. It's like it's no wonder they're amazing. Putting all that time in. But I feel like I was a little late at 12. 14 before I really dug in. But I used to fall asleep playing my guitar when I was a kid. So my mom would go in and wake me up. I'd be on the bed just like, she's like, all right, put that away and go to sleep. Would you?
Speaking of kids and instruments, I know that you have a preschool music class.
Yeah. I've been teaching that for the last 25 years, actually. I was, when my son was 3, I volunteered at his preschool. They were asking parents to volunteer about 10 hours a year. It could be cleaning up the playground or whatever. And then I asked if I could go in and sing songs with the kids, and they were okay with that. And then I started bringing in different instruments. And the director said, if you want to do this on a regular basis, we'll give you a break on his tuition. And a light bulb sort of went off in my head, and I thought, well, maybe I could sell this program and, have this early experience for young children to get to know what music is and what the different instruments are, what family they belong to. And even if they didn't pursue it, I knew that it would be kind of a good learning experience, and an adult saying it's okay to touch that as opposed to don't touch it, you're going to break it. It's like, this is the instrument, we take care of it. We put it, my saying at the end of the class is always, it's put the instrument back in the case so it's nice and safe. So they're taught at an early age that, like, you want to take care of these things, and I talk a lot about, like, I've had this guitar for 15, 16 years because I take care of it, It looks pretty beat up now, but it's been through a lot of gigs, but yeah. But I love that part of what I do. It's a little bit part-time these days. It was a little bit more full-time before COVID, but it's a thing that I want to keep in the rotation of what I do musically, so yeah.
I think that's very admirable, especially because, music, I think it's one of those, like, foundational things, even as a child, that you're aware of. You're slapping stuff, so it makes a noise, you do it again.
Absolutely, yeah.
And how does it feel being able to instill that, like, knowledge and also love of music onto the younger generation?
It's awesome for me. It reminds me of my early love for music to begin with, when I see 3, 4, and 5-year-old kids getting excited about the guitar or the trumpet or the, whatever it is, it just like, I'm like, yeah, this is cool. This is so much fun, So yeah, I love it. It's that big reminder for me, and it feels good. Some of them have gone on to play different instruments and stuff, but for me that wasn't really the basis of the program. I just wanted it to be something that they had access to. I think kids at an early age, it's nice for them to be able to have a computer or get into sports or be good at math, but if the earlier it's presented, the earlier they can latch on to who they are and what, like, moves them and inspires them. And so it's just part of that big realm to me of other things that they might be interested in, So, yeah.
Do you have, like, a moment from that school where that was, like, either really funny or, like, really touched you at all?
Oh, man. I have a collection of preschool quotes that I keep thinking about putting into a book and maybe getting an artist to, like, draw the quotes or whatever. They say some funny things, and they're just so honest, like purely honest. Like, they're not trying to be mean. They're just, like, really honest about stuff. But some of my interactions with kids that are on the spectrum with autism have been really amazing. Like, I've had kids that were kind of nonverbal and didn't want to take part, that would eventually, over time of me going to a school enough, would make their way from, hiding behind a table in the corner to getting closer and closer and actually participating and asking for songs and, dancing and playing the instrument. And a lot of teachers have been amazed by the effect that music had on those kids too. So that's some of my highlights in my mind of things that I think about when doing this class. So I think if I had known about maybe music therapy before, in my early days, maybe I would have pursued something like that too, because I just love that aspect of it, So, yeah.
I mean, even with people with, like, Alzheimer's, like, they remember music. They remember the emotions they felt when they listened to it, and
That's
even, like,
point.
able to even get their memories back with it. Because if they have, like, a specific thing they remember, it's a powerful thing.
It is, absolutely, yeah. Ties into a lot of different parts of the brain, I think, Just like, hearing a song that you haven't heard in, 10 years, and all of a sudden you remember the lyrics. It's like, you might not remember them exactly as they are, but
but you remember where you were when you heard it.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, that's awesome, yeah.
Speaking of songs, is there a song that the kids would like to hear you play a lot?
I probably won't do it. One of their favorites is called The Washing Machine, but I'm probably not going to do that today.
Oh, no. Well, do you have a different song you'd rather
I'll do
play?
a song. Let me think of something now.
Take your time.
Wet the whistle. I'll go with another song on the Semi-Tennessee record I put out a couple years ago. This one's called Semi-Tennessee. I love my home, but I can hear that highway calling. Sitting's never stood too well to me. Out there on the road, I'm pulling through my heavy load, putting my cargo on a scale, try to keep from running off the rails. Windshield's got me thinking about the hazard lights I'm blinking. Times I need the distance just to see Semi-Tennessee whenever I'm free to be. Absence makes me fonder than I long to travel yonder. Try not to miss me much. I'll be better when I get back in touch. Full-time living Semi-Tennessee. Long-haul trucking's never been a bother. I drive it all from south and north and west to east. I never do protest if they want to see my manifest, 'cause I'm driving toward a better destiny. Windshield's got me thinking about the hazard lights I'm blinking. Times I need the distance just to see Semi-Tennessee whenever I'm free to be. Absence makes me fonder than I long to travel yonder. Try not to miss me much. I will better when I get back in touch. Full-time living Semi-Tennessee. When I'm jumping in the truck again, like a visit with a good old friend, I tell my big rig, how have you been? Are you ready for a long weekend? Picking up a trail or two, a kingpin, that fifth wheel true. Pull up the jaws, pull up the tracks, pull up the truck, grab the big old block. Full-time living Semi-Tennessee. Oh, I'm full-time living Semi-Tennessee. Over and out, I'm about to be Semi-Tennessee. Semi-Tennessee.
You're tuned to the WMNF's live music showcase in Tampa. I'm your host, Alexis Thompson. That was Dean Johanesen. Boom. Got it. That's
you got it.
That was a cute song. I liked that one.
Thank you very much.
And I noticed when it came to like many of your songs, it's very like exposition heavy. Kind of. There's like a picture painted out a lot.
Oh, cool. Thank you. That's great. It's hard when you write it to know whether you're actually delivering that or not, but I appreciate that for sure. Yeah.
Of course, of course. Speaking of writing and songwriting and all that stuff, what is it you say your process is when it comes to doing that?
It is, it's been more intense over the last year and 3/4 or whatever. I started a songwriter group actually to focus more on songwriting. A process-wise, it's kind of all over the place, you know. I'm collecting information all the time. You know, I hear a conversation and I write it down on my phone, or I've got a chord progression that I come up with and I make sure I capture that, you know. The days of just counting on me remembering something is not happening anymore. So it's like I have to get out some kind of a device and record it, you know. But, you know, and then with the songwriter group, it's based off of a prompt and you get like a word or a sentence, and then you have to write a song based around that, and you've got 2 weeks to turn it in. So then the obsession becomes like, it's on you, you know, you've got a deadline, you gotta commit to writing this song. And, that's been really fun. So I don't know if it starts, people ask all the time, like, does it start with the music or start with the lyrics or whatever? It's like, it's kind of all over the place. I don't really have a set rule for how I go about writing. I kind of stay open to it and just hope, you know, something happens.
Just pray that an idea comes.
Exactly. Yeah. If you don't have one, you know, from the group, it's just like you better. But it's cool because the more you write, I think the more aware, the more things that you see, the more you think about, and the more you. There's a book by a guy named, I think his name is Michael Dixon. He's got Storyworthy or something like that. Mm-hmm. And he has this exercise of like writing small things down of little things that happen during the day. Mm-hmm. And he does it every day. He calls it like his life homework or something like that. And when you start looking for those positive things all of a sudden, or whatever it is, it could be sad things too. When you start opening up and looking around, I think you start seeing a lot of stuff and connecting with it. So I don't know. That's how I view it anyway.
No, I think that's very interesting.
Yeah.
I do think it's very interesting because, you know, it's a skill being able to like come up with something and then put forth an idea and then go through with it. Yeah. Especially when it comes to music and songwriting, because it could literally end up sounding like anything.
Yes. And sometimes it sounds bad. I've got some of those too.
You've had a moment where you like played it back, you're like, oh.
Yeah. Well, the key is to keep going. Like what I'm learning about myself is that like finishing is such an important part of it. Like even if it is bad, it's like finishing the idea leads to finishing more ideas. So it's better to finish something even if you're, not liking it. It's like, well, it's complete, and it taught me something about what I like and what I don't like about my writing, So that's been a fun and interesting thing that happened too. So yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I do similar when it comes to interviewing and stuff. I'll listen back and I'm just like, wow, I sound like that. And that's how I ask questions. Interesting. But it's good to do that because then you can really improve upon yourself, because now you're like, okay, this is what I do. This is what I can do better. This is what I'm already doing pretty good at. And it's about reminding yourself that you're pretty okay sometimes.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then taking notes on the things that you want to improve on or whatever. It's hard. Like when you're on video and record it all the time, you see yourself all the time. And there are things about what I do for my PR where I'm just like, oh my God, if I say that one more time.
Like you catch yourself using filler words.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. It's like, calm down, take a deep breath. Everything's cool.
The camera won't explode. The camera won't explode.
Thank goodness for editing.
Thank goodness for editing, indeed. Right? Well, not for this show. This is live. But I know what I mean.
You know what I mean. Yeah. Awesome.
Oh, that's cool. And I think the songwriter group is an actual cool idea, too, because you basically have homework.
Yeah. And you have to, it's been a big inspiration and a challenge, and it's great being accountable to a group, and I'm the one that started it. So I'm like, I've got to show up every time. There's some people like, I got, family vacation. I'm like, it's cool. No worries. It's more it's kind of for me in a way, like having that accountability, but yeah, I love it.
Fun. Do you have any songs that you've made from the songwriters group?
Yeah. I was going to play a few of those today. I've got one called Television, and, I wrote it with the idea that turning off your TV and getting off your phone and social media and all that stuff is probably a little bit more healthy for us these days, and the barrage that we get of all the information, So turning off my TV. I'm turning off my TV. I'm putting down my phone. I'm gonna take it easy. Spend a little time alone. I'm changing the channel. I'm gonna pause for the cars, walk out the back door and look up at the stars. Modern life has really got me down, searching for a way to get around it. Would be nice to get lost and not be found. Do the trees in the forest make a sound when they fall? I'm shutting down my laptop, firing up the grill. It's a much better hotspot to get your fill. I don't care for streaming unless I got a fishing pole. I'm gonna browse around, find a fishing hole. Weary of this web that I've been weaving, the life that I've been spending scrolling by. I'm gonna disconnect the lines and I'm leaving. Might find Tim Berners-Lee and spit in his eye. LOL. After these messages, I might not be back. I'm pulling the plug before the ads attack. Let's all pick up a hobby. Let's all pick up a hobby. Let's all pick up a hobby and turn off our TV. Modern life has really got me down, searching for a way to get around it. Would be nice to get lost and not be found. Do the trees in the forest make a sound when they fall? Let's find out. I'm turning off my TV. I'm putting down my phone. I'm gonna take it easy, spend a little time alone. I'm changing the channel. I'm gonna pause for the cars. I'll walk out the back door and look up at the stars. And I'm turning off my TV. Turning off my TV.
You're tuned in to WMNF's live music showcase in Tampa, and we have Dean Johanesen today. I actually really like that song because, in like you said, modern day, TV, screens, all that, it's kind of like 24/7 all the time.
Yeah.
it's good to have a moment where you just kind of forget they exist. It's hard, but it's good to have those moments.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I did a little bit of recording in my home studio yesterday, and then wanted to practice up for this show, and was thinking about all that, and it's like it was gone from social media completely, and then as soon as I turn it on, it's like, I'm like, oh my God, turn it on. It's like a snake coming out of a box or something,
It's like a jump scare.
Yeah,
it
is.
I forgot you were there.
So it's nice to take a break from that for sure.
Yeah. I did, I did some digging, did some investigative journalism.
Trouble.
And I was like, I noticed that because I think I saw a live performance of you performing this song.
Oh, okay.
And I also noticed that you have a Patreon and things like that.
Yeah.
And so I was wondering, what is there a struggle when it comes to using social media to promote yourself and to reach out to more fans, but also trying to limit it so it doesn't become a mental anguish for you?
Yeah. I kind of I hit a wall maybe about a year ago, and I was like, I just can't do this anymore. Not that I couldn't play music anymore, but I just was I wanted to exit all social media stuff. But I found, doing this, you kind of have to. It's you do it for the venues, you do it for your fans, you do it for whatever. But I found a scheduling site that lets me schedule and advance all my PR, and you can map it out the whole entire year if you're that organized and you know what your gigs are. And so I started using that. You can set your videos and posts to go at certain times of the day, depending on the percentage of how they land according to what your algorithm and stats are or whatever. So once I started using that, I just became, I just got a system together, and I'll batch content, like they say, and I'll just film all my weekend update Wednesdays. I do in one day, change a shirt, put a new hat on, schedule that to go, and then walk away from it, So sometimes at the end of the week, I haven't really looked at anything I posted, and I'm kind of surprised by my own posts because I forgot I did it. It's right at the beginning of the month. So 2 weeks in, I'm just like, I barely remember making that video, but cool.
Me mentioning it, you're just like, what video is she talking
about? Right, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, that's been a big help for me. And I'm trying to talk to other, independent artists about that kind of a thing when they mention how overwhelming it can be. I definitely feel that. And when I can share that information with other people, I try to turn them on to things that will help out so that they can actually still participate in what they're supposed to do, but also have a regular life and go to the ocean or, have a date with their wife or, husband or whatever it is, that's been huge for me, for sure. Yeah.
That's very interesting. I didn't even know about that. What was it called again?
It's a site called Metricool. There's been different ones like Loomly and Hootsuite and all these, not to make it a whole thing about.
This is a sponsor.
Right, it's not sponsored at all. But but I was looking those up, and they were, it was beyond my wallet. And so I was like, I found Metricool, and I was like, oh, this is great. And I tried a trial run, and I set up some stuff to go, and I started seeing it posting. I'm like, this is fantastic. I can just go away, but still be there. Yeah. So, yeah. And if anybody, other artists that are out there that want to talk about that, the shop end of the business of music, I'm always happy to pass on what I know, and grateful for any knowledge that somebody passes on to me too. So.
Interesting. And speaking of gigs, you got any that you have to mention so far?
I've got a decent amount of local gigs, but I'm really excited about a couple of songwriter festivals I got coming up. Antlers and Acorns in North Carolina. That's in September from the 23rd to the 26th. And then I got accepted to Myrtle Beach Songwriter Festival in Myrtle Beach. And that one is in, I think I wrote it down here somewhere. It's just blank. November 13th and 14th. Yeah. So I've got those coming up. So those are always special to me because it's, focused around original music and playing in the round sets with other songwriters, and it's all original stuff. And so, and listening rooms, like people that are actually there to listen to music instead of, the usual gigs where you're like, can you quiet down? I'm trying to eat my tacos.
Can you please turn that off?
Please turn that down. Yeah. So.
Well, very interesting. I didn't know. I'm going to look into that now.
Yeah. Those are fun.
Interesting. So, got another song for us?
Yeah, sure. I will do another one from the group. This one's called Monument Valley. I wrote this about a place out in Arizona where they've shot a lot of the old westerns, John Wayne films, and a bunch of films have been in this. There's a guy that went out there and settled and started a little shop out there. And he brought the pictures of the place to John Ford, who was making those films. And the guy, he fell in love with the location, and then they started filming out there.
Interesting.
Yeah. Monument Valley, my Arizona home. Heading west and down the Ohio, we'll stop and rest as the night sky grows. The silver stars will be a sight to see. A golden moon hung on heaven's canopy. Get along, little doggies, get along. A lonesome trail is not so lonely with a song to sing. Every chorus brings me closer to you by Monument Valley. When day breaks, we'll be on our way again. I hit the Santa Fe Trail and then I'll make our way back home. A world on fire, the sandstone spires are never tire of the beauty we behold. Get along, little doggies, get along. A lonesome trail brought us just where we belong. I know I'll spend the rest of my days here with you, my Monument Valley. We got to know the Navajo, the natives here that took us in with open arms. And when the world was down and broke, we took a trip so we could show the valley's charms. Like the old cliche you've heard, a picture's worth 1,000 words. Hollywood's bringing its spurs to Monument Valley. Get along, little doggies, get along. A lonesome trail brought us just where we belong. I know I'll spend the rest of my days, I wouldn't have it any other way. Right here with you is where I want to stay in Monument Valley. Get along, little doggies, down the Santa Fe Trail. Monument Valley.
You're tuned to the WMNF's live music showcase in Tampa. I'm your host, Alexis Thompson, and we're with Dean Johanesen. That was an interesting song there, actually. I didn't know all about that about Monument Valley.
Yeah,
That's actually really cool.
I love looking up the history of places, and the Cautionary Tales record I'd have put out a number of years ago was all the history of the circus and sideshow and Prohibition and the Depression and all that stuff. And I was turned on to a lot of history that I had no idea about, and characters that were really interesting to me to write into song. So it's kind of been sort of you were asking about my writing process, something I didn't even think about before, but that's one of the things that kind of plays in if an idea strikes me. And that song, initially I was writing about the monuments men that saved all the artwork in World War II, Nazi Germany. That was the start of the idea. And then I don't know that I'm completely given up on that take on it, but I've kind of been a nerd about old Westerns too. So I'm like, let me dive into this. Harry Golding was the guy that started that trade post out there, and he kind of made that area happen. So it mentions the Navajo Indians. So like they took his family in and embraced them. And then when the Depression was coming through and they were hurting for money, that's when that whole John Ford thing happened, and it brought so much money to that area. It really helped save that location, and became kind of a tourist hotspot in the middle of the desert, or middle of nowhere, sort of. So, but yeah, I love that stuff. Love it. Especially with a happy ending.
Interesting. I didn't know that you were such a history buff.
A little bit, yeah. Like I don't know where that came from. It wasn't apparent in high school when I was getting bad grades in histoy.
It's different when you're forced to learn it than when you have to go about it yourself.
Absolutely, yeah. I agree with that.
Actually, this is a perfect segue because I was about to ask because you were talking about how you're inspired by jazz, the speakeasy, the westerns.
Yeah.
And even with your aesthetic, I've noticed that you lean into those types of aesthetics. And I was wondering what draws you to that.
It's kind of a combination of things. My grandfather was, he dressed like, 3-piece suits and fedora hats. And at 12 years old, we went to Disney. We lived in Las Vegas, and we went to Disney out in California. And I saved up money, and my mom helped me, obviously. But one of my first purchases was a fedora. So at 12 years old, I've got a picture of me with this giant fedora. But it's honoring my grandfather in a way, and then also it kind of like, the more I think you can tie yourself in with the music you make and give people signs of what it is they're about to hear is really helpful. If old bands, it was like t-shirt and jeans, and that made sense for what we did, and not that it's about the fashion, but it definitely helps out. When I play gigs where people aren't expecting to hear what I play, the uniform, so to speak, sort of sets them up for like, this is going to be something different, whether I'm going to like it or not is one thing, but I stopped getting asked to play like, and not to diss any covers, but like Brown Eyed Girl or, any whatever covers, when you see somebody dressed up with a tie and vest on and a hat, and they're like, okay, let me see what they want to present here. I still get asked to play those, but it's less common now, so that was part of it for sure.
You're like, oh, sure.
Yeah, but I'm like kind of ruthless with it. I'm just like, I only play things that inspire me and that I feel good about. Like if it's a cover, it's got to be something that I absolutely love, and I'd rather write another song than learn a cover tune. And so I really kind of focus in on original music. That's my favorite thing to do, is write and share that music with other people, whether they want to hear it or not.
I mean, hey, you're making it. It's right. Your music. Exactly. It's your baby.
Get your art out there,
Speaking of artists, I know that you work with artists. Promo to the album on the ground here. Yeah,
the Cautionary Tales record. Beatrice Carone was a paper cutting artist that did the cover of that record. That record's a bit older. I put that out a number of years ago, and it took me a long time to release it. But the artwork was one of the big things that I was having trouble with. And I saw her do a TED Talk, and that was all made of paper, and everything was cut like by hand. And, somebody came out and took it off of her. And she's from France, but she lives in New York part-time, and she has installments all over the place. And I reached out thinking, like, I doubt she'll even respond to my email. And she did, and she wanted to know the lyrics and the stories behind the songs. And I had this concept of every image on the cover representing a song on the record. And she was totally into making that happen for me. So forever grateful for that artwork. She did a great job.
She did. It looks gorgeous.
Yeah, and she sent me the original. So I have the original on Tyvek paper on a double glass frame so you can see through. Because like all the white spots are cut out and all the black spots are the Tyvek paper. So we had to scan that to make the image, but it's like you can see right through it, and it's like all hand done and so crisp. It's great.
So it's more like 3D, the original one that you have.
Yeah, exactly.
That's actually really cool.
It's really neat. Yeah, I love it. So grateful to her.
And I see that you also work with other artists. What was it? Pilot Moon Film.
Yeah. They've done a lot of great videos for me. I was going out to Dripping Springs Songwriter, or I have been out to Dripping Springs Songwriter Festival in October the last 10 years. Decided to take this year off, and not for any other reason. I might still go out there. I don't know. I kind of want to go to the festival anyway. But they used to live, the Pilot Moon Films guys were in St. Pete for a good bit. And they filmed some of my first shows at the Hideaway Cafe, or a couple songs at the Hideaway Cafe. And then they wound up being a sponsor at the Dripping Springs Songwriter Festival. After 3 or 4 years of me being out there, they became a sponsor. And then they started doing videos for all the artists that were scheduled for the festival. And so they have these like 3 and 4 camera shoots, and they do the audio like you guys. I mean, it's all the extra work that you guys are doing to make everybody else look and sound good. It's what they do. So, but it's hugely appreciated. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Does it really help, spark creativity within you when you work with other artistic people like this? Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. You see what they do. Since I've started doing a little bit more of my own video editing, I have a different appreciation for all the work that goes into that. I've always kind of appreciated with being somebody who has a home studio, and like realizing how much work it takes to actually put something out and put something together that you're proud of, and how hard it is to get a good sound or a look or whatever, And so when you're around it and you're around people that are passionate about it, I think it spills out into what you do. And you want to, like, I want to know more, and I want to get better at that stuff, even though it's not my main gig,
I mean, I think being multifaceted in that aspect really helps, especially when you goes to promoting your stuff, putting out videos for it, things like that.
Absolutely.
So I think it's cool that you're into that.
Well, thank you. I'm always learning, trying to keep the brain functioning as I hit my older years,
Speaking of functioning brains, if you out there have any questions for Mr. Johanesen here, you can email us at dj@wmnf.org or text or call the studio at 813-239-9663. We have a segment where you can ask a musician anything within reason. Unless you like it weird. Do you like weird questions?
I'll field them. Might not answer it, but
Tread waters. Tread the waters. Anyways, you have another song for us at all?
yeah. I should have switched guitars, but I'll do one more in this tuning. This one's called Indiana Ford. I grew up for a short time in Fort Wayne, Indiana, 1978, when the big blizzard came through. Stepdad had a blue Ford pickup truck with rusted out floorboards. We used to get splashed going over puddles and stuff. Interesting guy. But I woke up one morning and wrote the lyrics to this almost completely, and then I had to figure out the tune, and this is what I got. 8-ball corner pocket, bad shot, you should have never called that. The less you say, the better. Be in for nasty weather, take it from me and my mail pattern, ball and tire, tail light guarantee. Well, he's a two-timing frog and lost a leg. I had to jump on him all until he ate the cake. They're fattening up the hog so it wouldn't run. Another daddy's gone, son of a gun. A ballad of Indiana Ford. He'd like to shoot you straight, but that ain't his line. He's a triggerhead away from doing time. He pulls low to the left or he rob you blind. Right out of the gate, he's way behind. A ballad of Indiana Ford. Balls around here close way too early. About to call me mister, but I'm feeling surly. I'd rather put up a fight than to give up on this night. Take it from me, we'll sleep better with 3 hots in a cot downtown free. Spare the rod and you'll watch them run wild. I like my cigarettes unfiltered and mild. And there's a beer in the backseat, come over and get it. If you make me pull over, you're gonna regret it. A ballad of Indiana Ford. See the knothole on the living room wall. I keep them standing right there until they're ready to fall. Well, I grew up, it was seen and not heard. Clip those feathers, cage that songbird. Ballad of Indiana Ford. A fruit tree, the apples are falling, and not far from the ones that are rotten. A bunch doesn't get much better when you pin them up together. Take it from me and my sir, you have a collect call from prison family. Blue collar, column shifter, oh, where'd you get that pickup, mister? Holes in the floorboards and doors, it just won't stay shut. Mud splashed the dash and even got mom's lashes and a brand new dress on the way. A Pizza Hut buffet. Well, that old Ford made it through the blizzard of 1978 in Fort Wayne, Indiana, which is more than he can say for anything that's driven in or out of his life. 8-ball corner pocket, a bad shot, you should have never called that. The less you say, the better. I'll be in for nasty weather, take it from me and my mail pattern, ball tire, tail light guarantee. Indiana Ford.
Oh my. You're tuned to the WMNF Live Music Showcase in Tampa. That's clearly very rainy right now.
Sorry?
I'm Alexis Thompson, your host, and we're with Dean Johanesen. Wow. I guess they must have really liked the song. Oh, goodness.
I can't tell.
Hey, any good feedback is feedback. Any feedback is good feedback. Speaking of feedback, you have a comment.
Oh. Uh-oh.
It is by Tracy Scatsberg. Well, first of all, on the YouTube, which I forgot to mention, you can also ask questions and comments on the live feed on Facebook and YouTube. She said that this guy is the cat's meow.
Thank you, Tracy.
And she also says, I can hear the Django Reinhardt. Who else are your influences?
Yeah, Django's one big time. Bob Wills and the Texas Playboys, Lyle Lovett. trying to think of who else. I was into Joe Pass when I was a kid. I was into Led Zeppelin when I was a kid. I think I've listened to everybody that I thought I was supposed to as a guitar player growing up, you know, and then that turned into listening to everybody like Guy Clark and John Prine and Todd Snyder and Hayes Carl, like all the songwriters, you know. It's like I want to learn, you know, who they are, how they write, how they think, you know. And so, but I think the primary thing that people hear me play out mostly is that Django Reinhardt, and which I consider hot club jazz and Western swing are the two like main influences behind what I make. But then there's a lot of singer-songwriter stuff that I don't get to play out. That's maybe a little bit more, that I have a little bit more of a connection to. Mm-hmm. That, you know, in a room that's loud and not listening, it's kind of hard to put those, in my mind, it's kind of hard to put those songs through just being background. And so I kind of pick and choose when those songs show up on the set list, you know. But yeah, that was long-winded for Django Reinhardt and Bob Wills.
Hey, the long-winded, the better. We want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah.
But I do find that interesting, especially because I feel like you have a very wide like array of like influences.
Yeah.
Especially because growing up, you know, when you're younger, you're like, that person's cool, so I want to do that, and that person's cool, so I want to be like that person.
Right. Yeah.
So it's just kind of a culmination of everyone you've ever found cool in your life, basically.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, and I follow one site that was talking about like listening to music and not like, I don't like that or whatever. It's like I've always found that I can find the good in some kind of music, no matter what the music is. Even like I'll go to any live show. Like I had friends of ours that had a younger kid that liked to go see metal and thrash bands and stuff. I'm like, the mom's like, I don't want to take him. I'm like, I'll go 100% free ticket. Like, let's go, you know? And I stand out by the sound guy and listen to things and, you know, see how the bass player and the drummer are interacting or how good the guitar player is or, you know, lyric lines so I think that's really helped inform, me as somebody who likes to write and make music myself. You know, it's like I could pick and pull from all those different things. So it's very helpful.
Yeah, and it does help to listen to a wider range of music because, one, you might end up liking something you've never heard before.
Sure.
And two, because every genre just works in a very different but similar way. And it's interesting to see how they can either like intersect or how different they are. It's very interesting. Even listening to stuff here at the showcase, I'm just like, interesting.
I'm sure, yeah, you're exposed to a lot of different kinds of music.
Yeah, I mean, I literally on my notes, I mostly looked up a lot of stuff about the Prohibition era in 1930s and 1940s because I was like, he seems to know a lot about this, so I have to be somewhat informed. And so I was listening, of course, and I was listening to like music from that era, and I'm just like, wow,
yeah,
you don't hear things like this often,
right?
But it's very interesting to see how much like time really influences the sound of these things.
Yeah. Yeah, and how they change. And it's like, I'm not doing anything new. I'm just bringing to light music that, you know, was done, like Fats Waller or, you know, some of these older artists. If I do cover something, it might be an old standard. And my favorite question that I get at gigs is, what do you call this music? Or what kind of music? They don't know what it is. You know, they're like, is it bluegrass? Is it, I don't, you know, every once in a while I get like, you probably know that, Oh Brother, We're Out There song. Like I do, I don't know how to play it, but yeah, it's like that time frame that's not familiar right now. So it's kind of fresh to people's ears, even though it's an older time, you know? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Have there been any like new artists that you've heard where you've like, you know, hear them reinventing the wheel and you're like, oh, that's actually interesting how they interpreted that?
There's definitely been phases of that, like Squirrel Nut Zippers and Big Bad Voodoo Daddy, and Dead South is another band that's got kind of that dark sound with a 30s or 40s sort of vibe to it, and that's really cool to me too. But it's like I've also gone on like a Delbert McClinton sort of thing, and James McMurtry is another artist that I've been following and got to see in Austin last year, and so it's all over the place, you know. So
I mean, hey, gotta pull from somewhere,
that's
right?
Yeah.
Also, I want to give a little shout out to your pin, the one with the QR code in it, because I think that's really cool.
Thank you very much. The old guitar pick here, yeah. It's got the Linktree link so people can follow me anywhere I am available. They can find the website, sign up for the email list. Yeah, find out about those songwriter festivals that are coming up too. I've got those listed in my Linktree spot as well. Cool.
And there any other socials that they can reach you on as well?
Pretty much all of them. You know, Threads, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. I'm trying to think what else. The website is a big one, but it's, less common for people to focus too much attention there. But I've got pages on all of those, and the link tree's got links to all of them as well. So, but anybody's interested in the website, it's deanjohanesen.com, and Johanesen is Johanesen.
Nice. You got to get that promo in there somewhere.
Well, you helped me with the guitar pick mention. I was like, oh yeah, I was supposed to mention.
I remember you saying it before. I was like, I have to bring it up again.
You helped me out.
Of course, of course.
You.
Speaking of, why don't you use that guitar pick and give us a song?
Sure, yeah. This is another one. It wasn't necessarily a prompt song. It was a song during the prompts at the end of the quarter. I'll do like a song that you're working on. And this one is one I was working on called The Kite Song. Tied to that string is a flying thing that only thinks about the ground as its view from the sky. Never thought to wonder why other things don't fly. It just knows that it is happier on high. Jump back to the wind and grab that bridle. Feel the pull of the tether in your head. I'm a fool for a heart that won't sit idle. Hope you never lose the child within the man. Birthday blues, go get your shoes. I got a clue you'd like to ride. Red wagon pulled to tricycle fuel, counting down the wheels of glowing eyes. Set your back to the wind and grab the handle. I'll hold you steady till you're ready with my hand. I'm a fool for a heart that won't sit idle. Hope you never lose the child within the man. Someday when you're older, no longer fit upon our shoulder. Hope you know we'll always hold you in our hearts. One day we'll be gone, there'll be a song to sing along. Light a candle, send that lantern to the stars. That's where we are. Set your back to the wind and grab the handle. I'll hold you steady till you're ready with my hand. Close your eyes, make a wish, blow out the candle. Don't ever lose the child within the man.
You're tuned in to WMNF's live music showcase in Tampa. I'm your host, Alexis Thompson, and today we have Dean Johanesen. That was a beautiful song. I really liked that.
Thank you so much.
It's very, bittersweet, nostalgic type of way.
Yeah. That's perfect way to describe it. The idea came to me thinking about my son when he was younger and watching Blue's Clues and getting pulled around in this little red wagon that we had, and how, your kids go from, a tricycle to a bike with training wheels to, I taught my son, one of the lessons we had for driving was in the same park that he rode his bike for the first time without his training wheels.
Aww.
So this weird thing, that,
Aw.
Damn it, you caught me.
It's okay. Get emotional, it's fine.
So just reflecting on him and when he was younger.
Well, that's a very beautiful song. I'm glad that, have such a connection with your son.
Thank you.
Now, I noticed that we are 5 minutes till the end of the road here, and so I would like to give a big special shout out to all of the people who helped make WMNF's Live Music Showcase happen. We have our sound mixer, which is Pam Robinson. On audio assistant, we have Camila Suarez. Video director, we have Ed Lehman. Cameras, we have AJ Marshall, Lisa Ritter, and Marcy Connors. For board op, we have Charlie Cushing and Jerry McGowan. And of course, we have you, who's listening in Thank you so much for tuning in, and hope that you continue to next week as well. Now, before we end off, one thing I forgot to mention is that we will play till the top of the hour. The show ends at 3, but we will play till 3:01 on Facebook and YouTube on live. So stay tuned for an extra song. And another thing that I had was we have more comments. One that says, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Okay, so I remember the basics of it. And they were saying that they do songwriting, but they're kind of scared to put their music out there on socials like YouTube and Facebook. And was wondering, how do you go about doing that without, tackling the fear without having to, kill yourself with it?
Yeah, no, that's a great question, because I think we're all, even if we're somewhat proud of what we make, it's kind of a scary thing to put it out in public and see what the feedback is. As far as the group goes, it's been really cool because it's a private group, and we're all supportive of each other. We haven't really gotten to a phase where we're being too negative about, unless somebody asks for a critique. It's not about the critique. It's about finding the good things in the songs that we've written. And I know another songwriter or two has mentioned it's nice to be able to put the song there, see what kind of feedback I get from this group, and then I can decide whether I want to post it on my Instagram channel or whatever. That's a very valid fear. And even with the stuff that I put out, there's always I wish it was better or whatever, but what I would say is that maybe they could start their own group, or maybe have another few different songwriters where they could trade in that space that's kind of safe for them to do it. A private Facebook page is a perfect option for what we do, and that might help them out as well, and just kind of help them tackle the fear and get some positive feedback from other writers, or even constructive criticism could help too, So that way, when you get the positive feedback after the constructive, you're just they really mean it, because they told me where it was wrong,
Compliment sandwich is a skill that we have to all learn about.
Right.
And then one last question, which is again from Miss Tracy Skatsberg, which was, what other instruments do you play?
I own a lot of instruments. I don't know that I would say that I'm a player, but I can play around on the keyboard a little bit. Bass guitar, I've got banjo, mandolin. String instruments are my strong suit. Anything that's fretted, I can kind of figure out, just because of my guitar relation to it. I love all instruments. I record stuff, so when I say I could play a keyboard, it's I could come up with a part and track it for production ideas, but I wouldn't say that I would be out playing piano, although I'd love to. But guitar is my main gig. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Good questions, Tracy. Thank you.
Of course. Now, let's get on to that special top of the hour song.
Okay.
No pressure.
No pressure. This one's called Coulda, Woulda, Shoulda. Oh, wait. Sorry. Technology. I could have been kind. I could have been stronger. I would have been nice if I would have lasted longer. Should have thought of that before. But anymore. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, got her walking right out my door. I could have swept her off her feet. I traded in the old beat. I would have been so sweet. A cozy little two-seater. I should have pulled her in close. I thought about it, goodness knows. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, got me driving off all alone. I paid no mind to all those warning signs. I got a bit of a blind spot, come to find out. I coulda checked these off the list. I coulda been more consistent. I woulda got around to it if you squarely insisted. I shoulda took a different tack. That ship's already sailed. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, got me starving in the belly of a whale. I paid no mind to all those warning signs. I got a bit of a blind spot, come to find out. I could have been kind, could have been stronger. I would have been nice if it would have lasted longer. Should have wanted it more. I should have thought of that before. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, got her walking right out my door. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, got her walking right out my door. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, got her walking right out my door. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. That's my bad habit. Announcing the song after every time I play it.
Hey, that's how we got to know what it is.
That's right.
Well, thank you all for tuning in for today. As we have Mr. Johanesen, thank you so much.
Thank you guys for
up.
having me so much. And the support of community radio is so important for us independent artists. So thank you all for what you do. We really appreciate you. Thank you.
Of course. And once again, thank you for tuning in with us. Ooh, try it again. Rewind. Thank you for tuning in with us today. I can speak English. And I hope that you come on with us next week as well. So until then, be safe, listen to live music, and tune in to WMNF.